only a handful of places Neymar could have gone, Barcelona being one of them, but I think that this was most likely the destination that was always going to happen. MLS rumored to be one of them, but because of the DP rules, not many teams can afford to get Neymar into Major League Soccer. When you look at this Al Hilal team, they already have Ruben Neves, Koulibaly, and Malcolm up top. I think that he is there to not just make them a better team, but he's there to entertain. He's an entertainer now in his career. I think the league fits where Neymar is psychologically, and hey, last time I checked, his pockets are going to be full of money. PSG money to the Saudi Pro League money.
Al Hilal was where Messi was going to go.
Yeah.
So they had kind of like that void, that cash to spend. Not that they didn't ever not have it. So they're reinforcing their squad. Let's remember, Al Hilal is not only one of the top teams in Saudi Arabia, it's one of the top teams in Asia.
Yeah.
They are perennial winners, not only domestically but internationally. But that put aside, Neymar at this point in his career, and maybe he'll be back in Europe, but I wanted to see him still be that spark for a European team in Champions League, because he's so talented, and it's a little bit, it lets you down because you expect somebody of his caliber, of his talent, of his stature in the world of football to stay in Europe.
Where would you have liked to see him
age.
go?
I don't know. Barcelona could have figured it out somewhere, anywhere, but
I just don't. When you look at how things ended at PSG, though, and I get the disappointment, but from the psychological factor, he was out being seen at McDonald's more. And yes, injuries tend to limit playing time and all that stuff on the field, but there wasn't that sense of urgency that you see from players who have that drive to get back to fitness. When you're seeing those sort of things, that doesn't lead me, so I'm not surprised. It doesn't lead me to believe that, okay, that drive to win and do it in Europe is still there.
I'm probably not surprised either. It's just disappointing.
You're just disappointed.
It's like, it's
you just feel
Neymar.
like
He's the emblem of the Brazilian national team, and at this point in his career, how old is Neymar? 29, 30?
I thought
he's got 31.
I thought he was
most.
30 at least, yeah.
You know?
But
look it up.
Chuck.
And it's you at that
Look it
age,
up.
you still have so much more to give.
Yeah.
So much talent, ripe with talent.
Well, let's look at some of his numbers that he put
Neymar
up
is
for
31.
PSG.
31.
31.
Just passing the great divide.
I think what you're trying to say, and I feel the same way, is given his skill set and his potential and his quality, that it feels like he's underachieved. He hasn't maximized what he could do.
This is what he's done just at PSG alone. If you take a look at this graphic here, he's won 14 trophies, 118 goals, 77 assists.
And mind you, he won a Champions League with Barcelona, being part of the
amazing team.
One of the best trios of all time in the Champions League.
And also remember, he left that MSN because he wanted to. He felt he could be a World Player of the Year on a separate club and not being in Messi's shadow.
Yeah.
Right? That was the understanding. So you go to PSG, it's a new project. The goal is to win Champions League. That's it. Just like Manchester City. You have to win Champions League, not winning the league. And he came up short. And then you would expect him, if he comes up short, to still chase that.
Hungry.
To have that ambition.
And try to win Ballon d'Ors. He's going to end his career without a Ballon d'Or.
Which is crazy.
I think that 2020 Champions League final, you look at points in history and points in players' lives and stories, I think had they won that Champions League final, we're seeing a different hunger, different drive. But when things went south from there is the loss. You saw how much it meant to him. You saw the tears, the emotion. That was a focused Neymar. That was a driven Neymar. After that point, that is the incisive point where you see the diversion.
I think it was well before that, to be honest.
Oh, he was good in that 2020 season.
No, but I think that moment would have been epic for him and changed his legacy. But in terms of what you're getting from Neymar now, it's, he's chasing the bag.